The door slammed behind me, echoing like a verdict. 30 days, alone, no phone, no money, no human voice but my own. The lawyers smiled. My aunt and her husband smiled wider, smug with invisible certainty. They thought I'd crumble before the month ended. I let them believe it. I'd never admit it, but I thrived in silence. I remembered every story grandmother whispered in this house, every secret tucked behind faded wallpaper. I remembered the first time I saw them, my aunt, radiant and predatory, the man she'd married, a shadow with a smile too bright for his intentions. Back then, they were family. Now, they were predators circling the scent of my inheritance. The betrayal didn't hit all at once. It was slow, a drip of suspicion. Odd phone calls when I wasn't looking, hushed laughter when I walked into the room, contracts appearing unsigned in my grandmother's study that my aunt had accidentally left lying around. I watched, I recorded, I cataloged, every slip, every lie, and I waited. Patience is power. They never suspected I could read between the cracks in their perfect little smiles. Then, the first proof. I found it hidden in a ledger, tucked behind the false back of a drawer. Bank transfers in their names, meant to siphon my grandmother's estate before her passing. My stomach sank. Not because of the money, because I realized they'd underestimated me. That was the moment the taste of revenge coated my tongue. I wasn't going to storm in with rage, that's amateur hour. I would dismantle them quietly, deliberately, every step calculated. I returned to the mansion under the guise of compliance, pretending solitude was agony. I explored every inch, listening to the house, as if it whispered the secrets they thought it hid. And Willow Creek Manor was a keeper of secrets. Behind the molding in the east wing, I found a room untouched since grandmother's death. Inside, ledgers, diaries, recordings, documents, proof of years of mismanagement, of betrayal, of deceit they had committed beyond our little family feud. The trap was set. I didn't call a lawyer, I didn't shout. I sent a casual note to a trusted firm, suggesting the discovery of these hidden documents. Anonymous. I let curiosity and greed do the rest. My aunt's husband came first. I watched him squirm as subpoenas arrived. The law, precise and merciless, peeled away their plans layer by layer. And then, the confrontation. Not by chance, but by design. I invited them to the mansion under the pretense of celebrating my successful completion of grandmother's test. They expected compliance, weakness. They got control. I guided them into the East Wing, where every document lay perfectly arranged. "This," I said, voice low and calm, "is everything you tried to hide. Every transaction, every manipulation, all of it." They laughed, a nervous, brittle laugh. My aunt tried to charm, her hand reaching toward mine. I stepped back, carefully. "Do you think grandmother didn't see it all?" I whispered. The files rustled between us, a paper storm of silent justice. Their smiles faded, replaced by the slow, creeping panic of people who realized the game was over. They tried to lie, to negotiate. I let them. Each word they spoke became evidence against them, recorded by the very mansion that had always belonged to my grandmother. When the lawyers arrived the next day, subpoena in hand, they didn't beg, they couldn't. Every move, every word, trapped them like flies in amber. I didn't raise my voice, I didn't scream. I let the law, the house, and my patience speak louder than any anger could. I walked away from the courtroom lighter than I had felt in years. My aunt and her husband faced the consequences of their greed. Justice wasn't messy or dramatic, it was inevitable. The mansion, once a cage, became my sanctuary. I had inherited not just wealth, but power, knowledge, a reminder that patience is the deadliest weapon, and betrayal is only as potent as the one who falls for it. I sit now in the East Wing, the room of secrets, listening to the wind move through the cracked windows. 30 days, alone, no phone, no money, no outside world, and yet I never felt more alive. Every creak of the floorboards, every shadow cast by the dying sun reminds me that the greatest revenge isn't chaos, it's precision. My grandmother smiled in her final letter, hidden beneath the loose floorboard in my bedroom. Some inherit money, some inherit power. Choose wisely. I chose wisely.